Once upon a time, in the bustling early 20th century, when the world was rapidly changing with industrial revolutions and growing cities, there was a visionary architect named Charles-Édouard Générat, better known as Le Corbusier. Born in a small Swiss town in 1887, young Charles was always fascinated by the world of art and design. With a rebellious spirit and a mind open to possibilities, he ventured on a journey to redefine the way we live, forever altering the landscape of urban living. Le Corbusier was not just an architect. He was a philosopher, painter, and writer, whose ideas sparked the flames of modern architecture. As cities expanded exponentially, he saw the chaos and inefficiency created by the age-old urban designs. He dreamt of bringing order and balance, emphasizing function over form. His ideas were radical, sometimes controversial, yet undeniably revolutionary. He believed in creating harmony between nature and construction, arguing for the need to incorporate greenery within booming urban environments. His manifesto, outlined in his influential collection of essays, Vers en Architecture, published in 1923, soon became a Bible for emerging architects of the time. In these pages, he introduced his innovative 5 points of architecture. These principles included pilotis, supports elevating the structure off the ground, flat roofs for functional use, open floor plans with free-flowing spaces, horizontal windows for ample lighting, and freely designed facades. One of his most famous works, the Villa Savoye, completed in 1931, embodied these principles. Set on the outskirts of Paris, its white geometric forms stood in stark contrast to the traditional buildings of the time. With its use of new materials like reinforced concrete, and its clear emphasis on functionality, it was a testament to his vision and an iconic emblem of modernist architecture. Le Corbusier didn't stop at individual buildings, but extended his genius to urban planning. His radiant city, Ville Radius, was an avant-garde concept proposing skyscrapers enveloped by green parks with clearly defined zones for work, living, and leisure. Though largely conceptual during his time, his principles influenced many planners and developments, becoming a foundational idea, extending into future urban designs. The unit of human scale also captivated Le Corbusier, with modular, a harmonious measure to suit the human scale, developed in 1948, serving as a practical scale for design, bridging the aesthetic and functional requirements with human needs. Through his ideas and creations, Le Corbusier laid down the building blocks of modern urbanism, advocating that cities should be designed rationally with a humane scale, incorporating technology and harmony with nature. Even today, his legacy endures through the skylines of cities inspired by his teachings. The narrative of Le Corbusier is not merely a chronicle of his architectural feats, but a story of ambition, exploration, and an undying pursuit of innovation. From a small Swiss town to a world-renowned luminary, his journey inspires those who dare to dream big and change the world. In the early 20th century, a visionary named Charles-Édouard Générat, better known by his pseudonym Le Corbusier, embarked on a revolutionary journey to transform architecture. Born in Switzerland in 1887, he was a man who saw buildings not merely as structures but as living entities connected to the people who inhabited them. His works and ideas would later make him one of the most influential architects of the modern era. Le Corbusier believed in functionality coupled with artistic innovation. He was a proponent of what he called 5 points of architecture: pilotis, supports that lift the building off the ground, a flat roof terrace, an open floor plan, horizontal windows, and a free facade design. These principles were aimed at creating buildings that catered to the needs of modern life. His faith in industrial production techniques in particular was ahead of its time. The Unite d'Habitation in Marseille is perhaps one of his most iconic projects, epitomizing these ideals. This residential complex was designed to host a small city within itself, complete with apartments, a shopping center, and communal areas. It was a bold experiment in social housing, and although it had its share of critics, it became a milestone in architectural innovation. Another key creation is the Villa Savoye in Poissy, France. Completed in 1931, this white box-like house stands on stilts and is characterized by its simple geometric design and open interiors. It serves as a pristine example of the international style and embodies Le Corbusier's vision of a